Hello and welcome. I'm joined by Sau Weng, Vice President of Lloyd's Register. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hello, good morning, Jade.
And so we're here at Marintec. It feels only fitting to ask, how do you think the Chinese shipping market has changed in the past, and how do you think it will continue to change in the future?
All right, okay, that's a big question actually, Jade. I think first of all, it's really great to be at Marintec here again after the last 4 years. I think the last time when I was here was back in 2019, and it's really good to be here. As you probably can see in the on site itself, it was very vibrant. I mean, I was actually at the CSSC stand this morning, and Lloyd's Register actually presented various approval in principle certificates to shipyards for the various designs that they're doing. And also we have presented a few joint development project certificates to the yard as well. And it was attended by a lot of people, and it was very crowded. I mean, they are actually literally at a stand W5 in Hall 5, and it's super crowded. And as you can see now, we are actually in Hall 2, N2, and at this point of time, it actually got very crowded. And I don't think my team members at the stand actually got a chance to actually have lunch today. So it's wonderful. And I think to your questions, how the shipping market is in China, I think it's fantastic. It's over the last 1 year, I mean, China has become the biggest shipbuilding nation again. I think it contributes to about 60% of the world shipbuilding orders, and that is very good. And at the same time, the shipping market has continued to grow as well. I mean, we have actually forecasted a new building market of about 82 million gross tonnage over this coming year. But I think that number has actually grown even higher. It's actually got even higher now, and there's a lot to be done. So the market is actually not stopping, even though the shipyards are very full in the market at the moment. So if you ask me, I think it's great to be in China. Myself, I've been here for the last 16 months now. I came here last year and in the middle of COVID, but the things have changed so much today. So it's really great. Yeah. So.
And how's Lloyd's Register positioned to support this change?
Wow. Okay. So Lloyd's Register, I think for a start, Lloyd's has been here for the last since 1869. So that is kind of like 154 years. 154 years with the first office in Shanghai, and today we've got 13 offices in Greater China itself. We've got about 400 employees in the country. We have basically done a lot for China, and I guess one of the big projects, if I may highlight, is the cruise ship new building. The name of the ship is Adora Magic City. It's actually built by CSAC Group. And that is a large passenger ship, which is about above 4,500 passengers. So that will be delivered in the middle of December, and it will go out to sailing in January next year. The tickets are already sold out, and that is actually quite exciting. But I think other than this, there are other major projects that we have. I mean, in the past, people are looking at China as building bulk carriers and oil tankers, the bread and butter of this world. But I think in today's world, they are building more and more complicated vessels like LNGs. Hudong, for example, have actually now already built and delivered 40 over LNG vessels, huge ones. And then you got Jiangnan, you got DSIC, you got China Merchant Haimen, and also Yangzijiang is also starting to build LNG vessels. So the market is actually huge and is growing. And how is LR positioned? Well, we have actually set up we have got a full service office in Shanghai, and also the other 12 offices around China itself. So we basically provide support to our ship owners, to the shipyards and design house as well, including banks and leasing companies in China in whatever way that we can. I mean, at the end of the day, our main objective is to be the trusted advisor for our customers in China altogether. So we will continue to grow, and we will employ more people into China, and also try to attract more talent into our organization. So yeah.
That's great to hear. And what does the future of Lloyd's Register in China look like?
Future of Lloyd's Register, I guess, I mean, that is in conjunction with the previous questions there. I think in the past, over the last, LR was actually set up in 1760 back in London. During that time, we are actually a regulatory and a compliance organization. We represent various governments and to ensure that the ships are actually seaworthy. For example, if you're an insurance company, you want to insure this vessel, and before you insure, you want to ensure that the ship is actually seaworthy and is actually fit to sail. So I think over the last 200 or so years, we have been a regulatory compliance company, but over the last few years, the strategy have actually changed a little bit. We have actually moved into digitization. Digitization meaning we have actually recently bought a company called One Ocean, where we have actually digitized all our services. We practically got about 22,000 vessels on this platform itself. And at the same time, we are also working with to make things more efficient and effective in terms of safety at sea at this point of time. And of course, the third things that we are currently doing is what we call the advisory services. So as we mentioned just now, we wanted to be the trusted advisor for the shipping community. And we are basically, for example, some of the more tangible ones are like things like energy transition, decarbonization. Energy transition is kind of like the big buzzword now, but what do we actually do? We basically help shipyards, ship owner to basically assess where they are, where they want to be, and what are some of the gaps, and we can actually help them to achieve their objective, whether it's 2040, year 2040, and also the decarbonization journey towards 2050 altogether. Whether you're actually in the repairing side of your vessels or upgrading your vessels, retrofit as we call it, or we can actually, if you're going to build new vessels, what sort of fuels do you actually want to use? So it becomes like a compliance regulatory towards the direction of a trusted advisor for your energy transition journey altogether. So all in all, I guess the business in China for Lloyd's Register will continue to grow, and we are working very, very closely with a lot of stakeholders. And yeah, so I think it's going to be great, and myself being here with the team, and it's great. We have got many of our leaders from all over the world coming into China, and for them to actually experience it themselves and to see the vibrancy of the industry altogether. Yeah, it's great to be in this place.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you so much for your insight today. Enjoy the rest of Marintec.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Jade, for the opportunity to actually speak to Treadwinds on this. Thank you.